You're watching WICE Q95 TV. Stay tuned for Caribbean music, news, entertainment, drama, creative Caribbean video, and happening cultural events. Only on WICE Q95 TV.
I just love Q95.
Good morning. Nasio Fontaine from the Nasio Foundation, His Empress Helen. The recipients of the checks this morning, the presentations. My colleagues in the media, good morning to you. Welcome to this brief ceremony of the Nasio Foundation. I'm just here doing the formal introductions. I want to say special good morning to Nasio, blessings to you. And, of course, this is a special presentation here where Nasio Fountain will be making some presentations on behalf of his foundation. You know, Nasio and Q95 had a radio maybe 2.5 months ago. People were asking questions about how much we raised and how much wasn't raised. And you know, in the spirit of transparency, we're here this morning to make that presentation to well-deserving recipients there following Tropical Storm Erika. We waited that long because we were waiting for the monies to come in. You know, when you pledge, there's usually a promise and a lot of people don't deliver. So we had to wait this long. And some monies may still be coming in as we speak, but we decided to make that presentation this morning. Whatever is, you know, will come, we will do another presentation at some other time. So on behalf of the Nasio Foundation, I want to say welcome to Brother Nasio Fontaine, who will make a short presentation in terms of a few remarks. And his wife, Helen, will come up and deliver the checks. Nasio.
Yeah. Yeah, we say greetings to everyone here today. And to all media people. And I'm Dominicans at home and abroad. And to all the people from all the different districts that we are about to present the check to today. Bagatelle, Petite Savanne house, Colihaut, Coulibistrie, you know, and the people of Newtown who suffered fire, you know. I don't really want to start talking too long today, but I really want to say thank you especially to all the people who contributed to the funds that we raised at 295. I'm really, really, really thankful to all the people who put out their best foot and actually gave, you know. It took a little while for all the pledge to come in, like Matt said. It never comes in at one time. It keeps on trickling. So people are connected to know, and it is their right to know. That is why when we do these things next time, we would like to see all the media, like we're here now, Mapping and DBS and U95 and Cairo and everyone. So the more unified we are, it's a great that we do together. And we want to thank the journalism. My wife, who has been a force behind this whole situation, you know? So we are grateful to God Almighty who has given us strength. And we are also sympathizing with the people of Petite Savanne who has the greatest loss. Also forces the Bagatelle, Pichelin, Colihaut, Coulibistrie. And I want to thank Q95, especially Mr. G, Sheldon Gregoire, Matt Deltiangelo Allen, Mr. Kim Sills, who has been there with us from day one. I told them this is what I would like to do. And they came forward, they know wholeheartedly. So I'm giving thanks because Matt called me every day and tell me what is going on. So we pulled what we pulled. I think we collected like $14,000. And so we'll be distributing it in small pieces to a great gesture to the people who actually need it. See? And we give thanks that we have the life and strength to all trials and tribulations to still come up with that great job and successfully become that. Alright? So, yeah man. Okay. So, we can present the checks right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, we would like to present the first check to God. We would like to present the first check to to brother, Brother Connie, who was the principal for the Petite Savanne School, for the Petite Savanne Resettlement Committee. Sorry for the disruption. Yeah, and so, on behalf of my wife, myself, the whole of Dominican, this is for the people of Petite Savanne. Yes, not for my respect.
Nasio and his wife and other people who are gathered here today. I want to say a special thank you to Nasio and to all the other people, 95, who assisted in this gesture. We from Petite Savanne, we are very thankful for receiving this. This will go a long way in assisting our people. As you know, our people are displaced and right now are being fed by government and all others who are assisting us. You know, when you're a proud people, you like to feed yourself. So today, we have
come to. This is Julius and this is Albert, two brothers. And they're the brothers who came with their Q95, play the drums so that we can collect the funds for the people. So it's a people movement, by the people for the people.
Thank you. People of the representative for Bagatelle.
Janje, this is on behalf of the people of Bagatelle for the Carib Fab. Yeah. I hope it goes a long way. Yeah, for all of us.
I'd like to say I'm thank you. I would like on behalf of people of Bagatelle for St. John Point Carib to say thank you to the Nasio Foundation. I think this will go a long way to alleviate the plight of the people who lost their homes and belongings during the passing of the tropical storm.
All right, Nasio, you can stay right here. To the chairman of the Colihaut Village Council. It's right there. Of course, we're presenting checks to persons of the community most affected. Colihaut.
Yes, this is on behalf of all of us here, people of Colihaut. Yeah. Hope it goes along.
Good morning. On behalf of people of Colihaut, I'd also like to say a special thank you to the organizers, Nasio Fountain Foundation, Bagatelle, and the other organizers who have always in Dominican we have some with someone. Once again, thank you so much.
We have two more checks to present here to the people of Coulibistrie. I don't see a representative.
Yes, there is.
Sorry. All right, thank you very much.
Yes, then again, this is for the people of Coulibistrie, and we hope this will help in some way. Yeah? Sure.
The media, Mr. Fontaine and his wife, Q95, all the organizers, on behalf of the Coulibistrie Village Council, the people of the twin communities, I would like to express sincere gratitude to the Nasio Foundation for this kind gesture to assure you that it will go a long way to be effectively utilized in the restoration of our community. Once again, thank you and God bless.
Our final check here to the people of Newtown. Of course, the recipient today is the Secretary of the NP for the area, Mr. Joshua Francis. And I want to say,
Yes, this is for the people of Newtown who suffered, at the fire, so we hope it can help some family. All right? them and give that.
Nancy, can
On behalf of the victims and Honorable Mr. Francis, I'd like to say thank you to the Nasio Foundation for this kind gesture, and I hope to go a very long way to help the fire victims. Thank you very much.
Yes, just wanted to try my very best not to leave out no one. This is Brother Kim, who is a brother who has been near with us, worked with us, transport us around, to make sure that this work that is happening today really happens. Yes. This is Brother Kim.
Thank you very much. And like a news conference, I know the media is always willing and, begging to ask any questions that they need to ask at this time. Feel free. It's a transparent organization. I'm sure Nasio Fontaine will take some of your questions at this time. But before we do this, let me say a special thank you to the Gary Hotel who made this place this morning free of charge for the Nasio Foundation to make this presentation. So I'm just saying a special thank you to the Gary Hotel, the management staff. So at this time, feel free to ask any questions.
My first question will be on the presentation. Matt, when you spoke, you mentioned that, of course, some people do not honor their pledges, their commitments. What would happen when these pledges are honored? And probably you would have collected a substantial amount. What would happen?
Well, I did answer the question earlier. I suspect you walked in late. When this presentation, when this pledges come in, we will make another presentation to those, that we see fit to receive the presentation. So yes, the money will come in, but we'll then deposit it in the Nasio Foundation, as we have done, and of course make other presentations that Nasio may deem fit to get the monies or whatever they feel that they could do with that.
And just to extend a little bit of that, it's like we personally was kind of in a bit of hurry because I really wanted to get it to the people. Let it happen. So we will, whatever comes in, it could be whatever, it will still always go to the people. You understand? Because this is for the people and by the people. That's what it is,
I would like to ask a question, Nasio Fontaine.
Yes, Mr. Ali.
Yes, I would like to know, initially when you asked for donations, you said that you were specifically going to make contributions to the victims of truckers from Erika. And I noticed that you actually, in some way, that you were able to include the victims of the fire, severe fire in Newtown, which occurred maybe just a few months ago. Can you explain to us what really moved you to include them into your presentations?
Well, Mr. Ali did look so, we are all Dominican, regardless what. Anything happen at any point, this will happen. It involves everyone. See? So when I heard the fire, I told my wife, we have to contribute to that. Whatever it could be as little as it is. Because every victim is a victim. Regardless where you come from, what will happen. So it's like tomorrow, day after it could be me, it could be you, and everybody will need someone to help them. So to the people of Newtown, we say, sympathize with you, and we hope the energy can do you good.
Surely this is a big humanitarian effort. What would you like Dominicans, the nation, to take from the passenger truckers from Canada? Especially especially in a time when there's so much disunity, we have divisiveness and things like that. What would it be the main message?
I've always known you and know that you would have speak something. This is a very powerful question, and we were just talking about it outside, right? Dominica must unite. I don't care which political party or which religion or whatever you support, because God will divide nothing. See? We must find a way to unite them. We must find a way, because that is our detrimental. If we don't unite, no, as we speak, who knows what will happen tomorrow? Look at the condition of the country and see what happens. We must put aside our differences and get together. That is the only solution in us. Not America, not Europe, not nowhere. You know, this is, we must get together, regardless what. We must find a way to understand each other. We must find a way to love each other. We must find a way to respect each other. Because Dominica, we have so many problems. We have some, the mental business is our biggest problem. So I think this storm came not to hurt us, but to wake us up and to tell us, hey, something is happening. You need to better yourself. You love your neighbor more. You need to do better things so that we can rise. We can rise from this, but not politically, not religiously. We must rise up. I would appreciate it. You call me Nasio. No one like the mister. Someone like master.
Nasio, a big star like yourself, we've not been hearing a lot of you as it relates to concerts and so on, and we've not been hearing you as part of the lineup for the World Creole Music Festivals or the Line Creole in the past. What are your views on this, and what have you been up to?
Well, what I've been up to is Rastafari, Yeah, man, it's Rastafari, living thing, Well, I would say this year the festival committee did write and asked me to be part of it and give someone happening got cancer. So hopefully one of these good days, when everything is right and is set right, you see, I'm not as bold with not because history. I just want everyone to respect me because I respect everyone. See, I wish the committee all the best in what they do, but as for me, everything is happening is part of the journeys of life. So I take everything as a schooling, as an education, as an upliftment to get to go where I must go. See? And by the way, if you was hearing me, you would have heard we have 7 recordings out there. So all you have to do is just listen to them. And they will uplift you and tell you His Majesty is great.
Any international tours of impression?
Yeah, we're working on stuff. We would rather keep until we get it to where it's supposed to be, and then we bring it out to like the media people would know, So you can't say nothing without what is really happening. So you would be able to tell the media something of surety. But when the time comes, the media will know.
Nasio music continues to evolve in Dominican. We have a lot of up-and-coming bands. We have a lot of bands that have making a name for themselves in Dominican, not just in the reggae scene, but of course we have different genres. What is your impression of what you're hearing from Dominican product in terms of music?
Well, you see, I go now, the music it's never really the music, See, I see, we must use our inspiration to uplift humanity. The language, we must look at it. We cannot inspire our little youth, them, or our little children, and the granny and grandpas, them, people in general. We cannot use music to denigrate or degrade. So I'm calling right now on all Dominican musicians, singers, and players of instruments to always bring forth music that can inspire people, music that can uplift the people. Words like when I get up in the morning, if something is happening, I hear somebody say, get up, rise up, and live. Then that inspires you. So that musicians can use, music as a tool to inspire the entire nation. Change it as a revolution. Dominica plenty great musicians. Enough great musicians. We just have to make the music great.
What is your impression of what is happening at global level in terms of the threat to national security?
Wars and rumors of war and more wars, and there will be more wars because, you see, wrong want to control right, wrong justness want to become righteousness. And, it will be war because some people say there is democracy, some people say there is capitalist, some people say there is communist. And while them saying all of that, the people of the world is being suffered and suppressed and downtrodden because people need food, people need clothing, shelter. They can sit on television, refugees are basically running all over the world. So, just to put a little part of that, I would like to tell the leaders of the world right now, where you can't see me, set the people free. set the people of the world free and stop making war on the backs of the people, because war is not the solution. The world is in a very detrimental state, invasion of people's countries, Palestine, Israel, Syria, Afghanistan. I believe we can sit and talk. I believe leaders should be more elevated in their minds, sit and talk, rather than make war. Because like I said, war is not the solution.
And Nasio, we found out that you are in fact a nature lover, and you eat only food that you grow. These days you're hearing that to enhance the quantity of agriculture produced globally, to feed, in an attempt to feed the human race, that there's genetic modification. And people have different perceptions, perspectives, and opinions about it. It's a global discussion. Have you ever considered this whole science of food genetic modification? And is it true that you only eat what you grow?
Yeah, well, there is no other choice, because we grow in Dominican as children, knowing that we must always eat the things that we grow. See? All of a sudden, Satan come through and say, oh, we will make this tree make bigger one for you, and make this one get bigger for you. And then all of a sudden, the cow get bigger and the chicken get bigger, and everyone get poisoned, because the poison is in the food. The little child at 7 years, the breast gets big, and then it looks like a big baby, but it's a baby.
Yeah.
You understand? So not only that is in the food in terms of food, but mental is disturbing, psychological is disturbing the people. Because we say, Dominica, people start behaving in a very funny way. It's the food, Rasta. People are eating poison, and the people of Dominica are calling upon you, please. We need a nation of healthy people. Please. We can try our best to eat a little better, Because out in Babylon, the food is just death and destruction. Genetically modified, and the rest is just destruction, death. And many more people will die. And we have land. Everybody has, if you build a big house, cost millions of dollars, just make a little space on the side and plant to make a celery and to make a pass. And so you can have certain things that you can utilize for your family to make things better. You understand? So, living naturally, Dominica is the perfect place. Don't care what the politician is.
Do you eat what you grow?
Richie Farrell here. Let me ask you, in terms of, I congratulate your foundation, by the way, for the generous work that you guys are doing. In terms of the mentality, you spoke about mentality of the people. Do you think, honestly, in all your experience and wisdom, do you think that Dominicans will reach to the point where they can change their mentality for the betterment of their own selves?
Great question. I don't know if they will reach to the point, but I know that they can reach to the point if they want to reach to the point. You understand? Because change is within oneself and I. If you want to change, you get within yourself. Because there's nothing out there. People say there's something out there. Everything is within the eye. See? As Jah said, I make you my temple. I dwell within you. So I think we can go inside and make, because if doctor tell you have cancer right now, you have to change the diet. Then boom, see, so you make a change. So I don't know if we're willing to make change, but if we're willing to make change, we can achieve change in every aspect. That's how I think, at least.
Thank you, Nasio.
Yeah, man.
And even when it's about change now, so we still have people who believe that the herbal medicine or the medicine we have in the pharmacies probably is even better than the herbal medicine, and they want to sell verified stuff for us, and they think that that is the way to go. What is your take on that?
I go there and tell everybody you never change. I love that about you, I love that about you. You see, everybody wants to make money, millions and billions. So pharmaceutical industry people, that is one of the world's biggest businesses. See? I don't really have education because I didn't go to school and I don't really know much about certain things. But I know that the things that we were born and raised with. I mean, I don't eat flesh for 30 years. I don't drink no wine, and don't eat no butter, and no milk, and no fish, and no eggs. So I'm not talking about something I don't know about, I'm talking about something that I am living through. So I think pharmaceutical industry people are there to make money. They are not really here. You can shoot me if you want, you know. But that's the truth. I don't think they are there to heal the people. They're there to keep them, to pacify the people. You know, we don't need to pacify people. We need to heal people. People need to get healed. And the more healed people we have, is a greater nation. See? Yeah, man. So people stop going to the drugs. That's why it's called a drug store. But Dominica itself is a herbal heaven, a place where you have all the herbs you need. Yes.
So one question here. I'm inspired by your song When. What is the story behind that song?
When? We were in New York writing, preparing the album. I was sitting looking at the window and I have the television on my right. Nobody. Why? So every time I play have my part and I'm writing, I'm creating, never know when I know this was going on because I use the news as part of my creativity too, at the world office. And all of a sudden I look, I see a little girl is running from Israeli soldiers. I guess an incursion was taking place. An incursion is when Israelis try to run them in the house and kill them and everything. I see a little girl, 6 or 7. And then I gave it some problem to see what's going on. And also come hiding behind the moment, see what they interview us stuff. During these wars, you know, all these bombings and stuff, what did you miss most? And she didn't say food. She didn't say toy. She said, I really miss playing on the street. And that just kicked me, like, when will all this out the ball? And when will all these children will go out and play? And when will the world see that we must find a way to stop this war? We must. You know, that is why politicians are elected, man, but the people are the ones who vote. I always remember that. So when was a song that really came from this type of situation, seen, and then became a reality.
And that very song was awarded.
Yeah,
Subsequently.
that song was awarded as there are some people call Indigo Awards, which I knew nothing about. You know, we got this way to say that we have won this award, 10 best singers and 10 best songwriters in the world, and we won the award, got a prize for it. But I guess the media don't know much about that, so they didn't write about it. And I will never go out and say, well, we got the award and this and that. We just look at it like, all right, the world will know. And so, yeah.
Speaking of wars and children, we've been seeing a rise in children and women being abused, beaten, and all that. What is killed? What is your take on that? Do you have any message to the men out there in regards to that?
My sister, the message is clear. The message is crystal clear. A big man cannot see a little girl, a little child, a little baby at that age to think of molest that child. You know, this is impossible, Rasta. You know,
Yes.
when sometimes I look at it and I tell my wife, is it really true what you said? 8-year-old and 40-something-year-old, and the child is raped and say, this is Dominica Virgin. We need to solve our problems. These are problems. This is food. This is mental. This is psychological. We need to solve our problems. Because when you see our men start molesting the children, then our jails going to get filled up. Then the government won't be able to come up with enough money supply prison and all that stuff. It's a psychological problem. This cannot keep on going. We need to stop it. We need to just stop it. But on every Dominican man right now, if you have plans to molest a little child, or anybody should, I'm talking to politicians also, because you guys molesting people too. And I have to say that to the politicians who go out there and get little girls 16 and 15 and going to stop it. Don't come on the TV. Stop it. They can shoot me, you know, but they won't die.
My question, Nasio, when you look back from where you came, this little boy in Bagatelle, catwalk, play this guitar and write this song. You come here now, of course, after successful career in music, you come here now and you give back to your people. What brings the most gratification?
I said to him, no, I just don't know why. Because I'm in people and they say, Nasio, you know, you're my artist and thank you for the work that you do. And your song inspired me very well. And I tell him, it is one person that all that I have done from was liquor until now. If I can inspire one person, I don't know 400, not 50. If I can inspire one child, one human being, then the battle is won. Yeah, the battle is won. And I feel to myself, I inspired one of the people. Yeah, Lucifer still fighting. You know? Judas Iscariot is still fighting. But fight don't stop us. Because we're not going to yield to fight. We're going to keep on working, keep on fighting. Because we came from little nothing and we grow it. We never had a godfather to say, well, look, $2-3 million, you know. We're working. There were days we were sleepless nights. There were days we were hungry on the streets in St. Martin. There were days we didn't know what was going to happen. But you keep going in. You stay focused. You keep fighting. If you know what you're fighting for, you will achieve it. Yeah.
Two more questions?
Yeah.
Can I ask another question, please?
Yes, sure. I'm still small.
Yes, I would like to.
By the way, I'm going to charge everybody $100 per question.
But I'm talking about a very impressive song that you've written, not only to Dominicans at home and abroad, but on the global stage. You wrote a song which created some controversy. That is about Adam and Steve. These days, this is more than a homosexual issue. It's a human rights issue. Have you changed your mind in any way? Since you wrote
I love the vibration between a woman and a man situation, you know?
Seeing.
Because for me, it's a nice vibe. Man and a woman can share love. See? And then my mother and my father get together and had that same nice feeling. And I am the product. See? See? So I don't really love Lucifer, and I don't really bow to Pope John Paul, you see? I love the creation of Jah, that it keeps on going, keeps on moving. I'm not hating for no one, but I just have to love Jah more. That's what I am.
Nasio, I'll take the last question. I wanted to ask you in relation to what my friend there was asking. In terms of the policy makers, because some political powers, the moral ones, was saying in relation to this whole abuse issue in Dominica right now, 157 cases within 1 year is ridiculous. And they were saying that the policy makers have lapsed tremendously in implementing acts or passing bills into acts, and protecting our children or women in Dominica for decades. And these bills were there, they were just never discussed and passed, which is ridiculous. That's my personal take. What is your take on that?
Well, in Babylon, morality is like a low state. See? And then you look and see Dominican world looking for politicians to pass laws to protect their children. When all the clown mothers and fathers protect the side, Dominican parents must take the responsibility for it. I'm not saying they're not taking responsibility. But right now we see there is a type of lax between that situation where I say, well, where's the child mother, where's the baby mother, where is it, you know? Mothers and fathers, if you're going to have sex to bring forth youth, then you must take responsibility. It's like as if you plant a plant and you must weed it around it and grow it to see that you care for it. All the thing about Babylon says set up organization is all good. But the first one is mothers and fathers going to care for the children and cannot only give them a lollipop and a laptop, you know. It means you must give them principle. You must teach them the right thing. So that when they reach the situation, they say, oh, mommy, let me think about it. I'm not going to go in that. Stay the group.
So not to cut you off, but you're saying that you agree that more can be done on the policymaker side, but also that the parents who are primarily responsible for taking care of these little ones should adopt that responsibility.
You see, Mr. Farrell, I'm not the kind of man who believes in Babylonian policies, you know. That Babylonian policies always contradict their creation. That's right. And it must have governments and it must have what they have. But I see that it is a basic standard thing. It starts with you, it starts with me, it starts with the root, you know. Because even if we have all this policy and nobody want to heed to these policies. Even there is 10,000 places where a woman who's abusing Bagatelle go and hide. And after that, what then? We must have principle that a man know he must not raise his hand and his wife. And a man must not molest a little baby. And a man must not do things that is cranny. He must keep his family together. And then we will have a community and a country. And we'll have a world. We can be a model enough for the world. You can say, yeah, that little country down there, but them doing some good things. See, countries do that and take, Stalin, am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Countries usually take model from other countries, like they want to copy America and all that stuff. They can copy us too. Because we set up a model where our children are being raised right, the principle is different, and we're not going to put down what we have, say, and we're going to get into the mix. We must want to better ourselves. We must want that drive. With that, better watch me. Don't get mixed up into political and religious business, you know. Because this is the situation that brought the situation right now. If you have to vote election, then you go vote. You have to go to church, go to church. I might not be none of them. What I want to do is live and live up food so that I can be an example, even to those who love me and to those who hate me. They inspire me too, you know.
Thank you for the advice and thank you for that response.
There's one more question from this young lady.
I have one question. I'm not sure if you were able to address it, but just before the passage of T.S. Erika, we heard about the alleged murder of Are you, well, Trevi, are you concerned, if any, about the silence with regards to that?
Yeah, because Nelly used to call me Big Brother. And she used to come to my home, and I know her very well, and they travel. As a matter of fact, I was one of the people who told her, I need to come back home, she need to come back home and stuff like that. And anybody who gets killed or who gets murdered, it is a good thing, it is a proper thing for the law to play the cause of the people who got killed, you know. I mean, if your brother gets killed, you would like to see the police come and the judicial system of the country bring for the justice and bring the people who committed the crime to the forefront and deal with the consequences. So for Nelly and Trevi, for me, when I think about it, it's only job will play the cause, you know. So the Almighty will play the cause, because with man you can maybe sidetrack, but with the creator of creation, I think he will play the cause. Yeah. We just have to keep Nelly in our mind and Trevi in our heart and let it be what it must be. And if the court system or the police or the investigators would go through it and find who did that crime, then it would be fair for them to pay for the crime and then they can serve the time. And again, I would love to thank this woman, my wife, Helen, who has been there beside me to the one And by the way, I have something to say to you guys. When we were trying to get this pledging thing going, yeah? We tried to get all the media people. Where were you guys?
Good question. She was on me.
So okay, cool. So I forgive you. But I'm definitely we must participate. And we try to get Caribbean, we try to get PBS, we try to get everybody. Because I'm saying to Dominicans, stop dividing yourselves. If the politician want to divide himself, let him go and divide himself. We should not divide ourselves. We can vote for anybody we wish to, let us just not divide ourselves. See? So, let the Most High bless, keep, guide, and protect all of I and I, and to all the people who their homes got washed away and their lives from the lost family members. We sympathize with it and we say that the Most High will recompense it I and I with His love and His mercy, with His goodness. But let us be a people who can calm ourselves and we can really up our spirituality, bring up our consciousness, let's start eating healthy and good, so that we can live a little longer. So His Majesty bless. Rastafari,
Thank you, those who came, and for the recipients. Let me say a special thank you to the powerful Empress here, Helen, and Nasio, of course. She made it possible, believe me. She is the power behind it. Thank you very much, Nasio, brethren, my colleagues in the media. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
And Mr. Alin and Mr. Kim and all the brothers here, Albert and Julian, and Garaway Hotel, we want to thank them for giving us this beautiful place that we can meet.
Thank you. Folks, thank you for coming. Safe for you.
Thank you. Bye.
Could you just close in? Yeah. I have to go look.